question for you. Do you ever get a song stuck in your head while doing the project? That just like, you're doing like the repetitive little task and you have like, the Jeopardy theme stuck in your head. No?
I had a song stuck in my head when we did the lighthouse one, but no, it's not a common thing.
I'm sitting here doing this one and there's some repetitive tasks with my project, and I was stuck singing a few of my favorite things from um uh, no, I
Sound of
want to say
Music.
Mary Poppins. It's not, but it's
Sound of Music.
Sound of Music. Yeah, you
Yeah.
know, and drops on
These.
roses and whispers. Like and it was just, and I can do about two or three lines of it, and it just was on constant loop for about an hour. It was
Ooh.
just going through my head as I was going. Got raindrops on roses and whispers on kittens. Yeah. So,
We
but
don't
no,
have to
you
put
don't do.
no. We don't have to put that one on the Brothers and Smithing podcast playlist, do we? Or
I don't see why not. It's a good.
oh no,
Come
it's
on, you
no.
cannot tell me that you are not a fan. Sound of
Take some.
Music.
Fine,
Like
fine.
seriously,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
fantastic movie.
It's a
You
good
know,
movie.
because yeah, like it might have been because just this past weekend, um, my family went and we took my parents out to go see Sister Act on stage, which is a bunch of singing nuns.
What does that have
Hence,
to do with Julie Andrews and Sound of Music?
she was a nun initiate. Initiate.
Yeah, yeah. I
That's where it
don't.
started from.
Different style of music. It's
Well, actually, so you're thinking about Sister Act with Whoopi Goldberg, right?
you. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Is there another one?
No, but the play.
No, but I was gonna make another point somewhere down the line.
But so the movie, I don't know, I can't remember when the movie came out. It was like late '80s, early '90s, right?
Yeah.
The play is set in the '70s, so the music is completely different, and it's '70s music, which is again not Sound of Music music. I'll give you that. But yeah, I was a bit surprised
Hmm.
because I'm like I'm expecting that kind of, because they did a lot of '60s pop in the
Yeah.
'80s and whatnot, but no, it was also all sort of '70s style of music.
Hmm.
But yeah, but I don't know, I don't know if that's where it came from or if I'd heard it somewhere else. But yeah, Sound of Music, favorite
Interesting.
things, and I made one of my favorite things.
I was gonna say, did it turn out to be one of your favorite things?
It did. After a few hiccups in the road, I did a couple posts on Instagram and TikTok showing where I started from, and then nope, this is not working. And yeah,
I th- I think
I
you
got
need to show your airs a little bit more. Like I know it's hard, but like because so you showed that you had like a pile of wire and like you started with this base and now you're going with this one and like you've upgraded and stuff. But like the struggle along the way of like this is my issue and this is how I solved it. That's where I actually think that like this type of thing, either our podcast or our Instagram, could actually gain some traction. Is like not that people are going to come to look at it for they're not going to make the same things as us. You know what I mean? But the like I would have never thought to do that.
absolutely, it makes sense, and I don't disagree with you. The challenge I've come up with is like when I have tried to just randomly film as I'm working, I get in the way of the camera. I'm very mobile, so you can't actually see what I'm doing. So you get a lot of pictures of the back of my hands as I'm getting in and working.
Well, it's not necessarily of that, but like even the mess afterwards, explaining like this was my issue when I was doing this type of thing,
Yeah,
as opposed to I had some failures. This is prototype number 5. Like this is the first one I didn't use strong enough wire. The second one I didn't use strong enough wood. The third one I messed up the hole size. The fourth one I thought I had, but then because of the wire whatever chamfer of the blah 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 blah. I don't know what your problems were. See, I don't even know what your problems were.
no, I
That's
know
what I mean.
you're making him
That's
sound like it had more problems than I actually did, which I
that's but
love.
that's what I mean. Like
No, the actual problems I had first. I know I said I was on attempt 5. the first 4 problems was, what is the weave that I am using? So, okay, here, let's
What are you
step
doing?
back.
Yeah.
So I think you have seen it. I'll show you here. There it is. I have taken. The lighting here is terrible. The word, we'll talk about that in a minute. I've taken the Canadian flag because we're Canadian, and I've replaced the 2 red bars on either side that represent the Pacific and the Atlantic Ocean, and I've replaced them with the inclusive flag. So the rainbow flag with the chevrons of black, brown, light blue, pink, white, and that, with the one that has the purple circle on it. And then I've taken all of the Pride inclusive flag colors and layered them to make the maple leaf in the middle. So it's the Pride inclusive flag, I guess, Canadian Pride inclusive. And then on the bottom, I took a long time trying to figure out what word I wanted to use, because we banter around a lot of words for Pride. Like, we know you use the word stronger, strength, equity, all sorts of great words, and they're all amazing. And I wanted to find one word that sort of called out to me, or what I would want to use. I have a number of family members in my extended family that are part of this community. If I could only say one thing to them, what word would it be? And that's what I was dealing with. And the word I came up with was worthy. And it is just the best all around word that I could come up with. And so right now, like I was showing you, I took just silver wire, and it is cursively written on the bottom. It's hard to read through the screen there. But I've also I created a template out of 3D printer, and I did the same thing I did with the March Mammal Madness trophy. It also says worthy. I just haven't decided which one I want to use in the final. But yeah, so that's what I've made, and I'm really happy with the way it turned out. Really happy. But those first 4 attempts was figuring out, because it's not just I'm constantly looping all the way across. How do I get steps proper? How do you make a maple leaf out of this weave? And it's not the most perfect maple leaf, but it's there. You see it when you're
It's
standing back
definitely a
and looking
maple
at
leaf. Yeah.
it. So that was what the first really like. I would get about, I don't know, 5% into one of the inclusive flags that on the right, and arguably that bottom chevrons with a little purple circle in the yellow triangle
Is the hardest thing to do.
it is the hardest. So it was lots of figuring out, okay, how do I do that? And once I can master that, then the maple leaf will be a little bit easier. I won't say it's easy. So that was first 4 attempts. And then I discovered that I'm not good at evenly drilling holes that are 5 millimeters apart. And so what would happen, partially, like I would, because I have 41 upright bars. Those are my weft, if we're talking a weaving pattern.
Weaving. Yeah.
And then the wire that I'm using, which is 0.06 millimeters diameter, I was using that as the weaving wire. Well, I have to get 2 wires side by side in each gap.
Yep.
Okay. If you don't get them even and some are too close together, which was the real problem, then you can't get that, and the wire layers on top of each other and your stack is not right. So that is what, after I had tried a few weaves and I figured out the weave, and I'm like, okay, we can go do this. And then I was looking at it, I'm like, well, I'm not going to be able to do it in this section because these 2 bars are too close, or these 2 are way too far apart. So what I ended up doing was I took a piece of brass and I laid it out with a ruler, and I marked off very evenly every 5 millimeters. And I used a center punch and punched a little notch in each spot. And then I drilled that, because with the little the notch punched into the wire, the drill bit didn't skate around on me. And then I just laid that. I don't know if you can see it there. I laid, there's a piece of, you can still see the brass that runs
Oh
on the
yeah.
bottom. And then I laid that onto the wood, and then I drilled down through those holes so they're all even, and then I dropped in my pegs. And so, yeah, there was definitely some problem solving.
Cool.
But I'm very happy with the way it turned out. Looks cool. It's a lot
Would
of weaving.
would you do it to make any other pictures or other things, or is this like your trees are kind of like you like making the trees and making each one unique and stuff? Is this a thing you might do, or
When I started, the answer was yes. About halfway through, the answer was maybe. By the end, yeah,
probably not?
it's very repetitive. It doesn't
Right.
take a lot of time. It's also, I found, like, tiring on your hands because you're trying to keep the wire taut all the time. You're trying to readjust the wire. Yeah, I don't know. Probably not. If someone really wanted a specific image that wasn't too hard to do, the times when you're only using a very little bit of wire, it doesn't hold as well. If it's sandwiched in between a couple longer pieces, it works out. So there's definitely um, a maximum amount of fine detail that you could do before
Yeah.
it wouldn't hold very well.
Like a scaling issue of like, yeah,
Yeah,
the image would need to be bold enough that it would take the details without being too small details and whatever. But
exactly. And again, like the thing I find with this one, not that this is not true with all of the work that I do, is when I look at it, my eye jumps to all the flaws in it.
right,
So the times that it's not an even weave or like something's going on, if most people look at it, their eyes are taking in the whole piece. So,
yeah.
but I do like the way it turned out. So I am happy.
And you're keeping it? It's a family keeper, or are you?
Um, I I feel more that this is like not particularly for sale. Like I don't think I'd put a price tag on it, but I could see having it on our table at markets and stuff. Like I
Yeah,
think it's a nice piece on the table for that reason. But
that's kind of what I've thought about mine. Is I'm like, yeah, I mean, it'll be there if someone really wants it. They could convince me to sell it, but it's not going to have a price
yeah,
tag at the front.
but the only difference between mine and yours is mine is what 6 inches long. Yours is like 10 feet.
It's not 10 feet. It's 20 inches, 20 inches long. Yeah.
Yeah,
It
it's a
got,
good. Yours is big,
it
man.
got a
It's
little
awesome.
big. It got a little big. So, so mine, I wanted, I had this, like, I was like, how am I going to make my, because your metal is generally colorful and small details work really well. My material is one color, generally speaking, and structurally very strong. So I was like, how am I going to make a rainbow out of black steel? How am I going to make a rainbow? And I was like, tempering colors? And I'm like, no, I don't think it's going to be bold enough to really sell the rainbow. And I was like, how do I? And that's where I really struggled on how do I get a rainbow without just making something out of metal and painting it rainbow colors, because I'm like, but then it hides the metal. And that's kind of what's cool about what I do, right? As not hiding it. So I'm like, well, how do you showcase metal without? So, bottom line, what I ended up doing was forging out different letters to the word stronger. And each one is made out of a different material and a different sort of process of forging and everything like that. And then it said it's 20 inches long. The S started out at a horseshoe, and that's really what defined the size of this whole piece. And then kind of what am I going to do for this, and what am I going to do for this? And there's a couple of them that I'm like, yeah, I could have done better on that. But there's a couple of them that I'm like, that's pretty slick.
Okay,
um,
so what letters are you most proud of?
the S turned out really well. The O actually turned out really so the O is just a piece of square bar that I tapered the ends down and twisted in the middle. And to twist something that, like, it ended up, I don't know how long it was, maybe 13 inches to get that circle. I have a problem with my propane forge because it heats everything evenly. To get a even twist in it, it needs to be the same temperature, but by the time you end up twisting one side, it's in the vise, it's colder, and trying to get an even twist on it is actually really hard. And then to get that even twist circular, as soon as you hit it with a hammer, it takes all those ridges off. So I was able to get a very even twist and make it a pretty primo circle. So I'm stoked with as a blacksmith. I'm looking at my own stuff, going, yeah, it's pretty good. I would look at some of that as somebody else's and go, yeah, it's pretty good.
You know what you should have done is kept the O, and like you go to a market in a trench coat, and you're like, would you like to buy an O?
An O? Yeah, yeah.
Or maybe
and
then
then
So what letters are you unhappy with, or less happy with? Not unhappy.
The G is made out of 2 wrenches, and I tried to get the little curl on the inside of the G out of the wrenches, and the shape of the end of the wrench didn't, without changing the shape of the end of the wrench and changing what the wrench looked like, I had a really hard time getting that shape. So I ended up actually just getting the negative space of the inside of the G sells it to me, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah, I it definitely looks like a G. I liked the wrench one. I thought that one, when I was looking, when you held it up, that was one of the letters that popped.
Yeah, it's a very creative. The N is fun. It's a nail. The R's are chain that I've welded together.
The R's are very nice. I really like the R's.
And all of it is all very like, it's steel. Like, it's made out of, like, the E is a file is the last one, and all of them are like there's a railroad spike and chain and files and nails and like all of these things and wrenches that very much still look like the parent material, like the horseshoe, and the S still looks like a horseshoe sort of thing. So anyway, this is all 20 inches, all welded together and displayed nicely. And then I made, I guess they're about 1.5 inches tall figures of people, and I put 11 of them standing on the bottom of it, all with their hands up, holding up this word that says stronger. And there's 11 of them because there's 11 colors in the Progress Pride flag, and each one of them is a different color of the Progress Pride. And the idea being that we're stronger together. So not not one, not two, but everybody, and that includes, hopefully, all the colors include everybody, whether
hopefully.
we're
So those little figures, yep. I was looking at them. Like, did you forge out the limbs, or are those welded on the limbs?
So that was actually an issue, trying to get the right proportions on a body of the little people. The heads are ball bearings. The body, I was trying to, what am I going to use for the body? The arms and legs are just welded on, just the arms. But trying to get the body in, like, not just to use round bar.
Yep.
And I really struggled on, what am I going to use? I don't have anything that's the right shape and size. I'm going to have to grind all these things. And then I remembered that I'm a blacksmith.
And you took the round bar and smashed it?
I took the round bar and smashed it into a torso-like shape and went, I'm a genius. And then because I thought of this before I had, like, as I had the problem. And anyway, it was one of those things that I was like, oh, yeah, I can manipulate my material. And also welding, trying to get the arms and legs in the right posture. That's the word I was going for. I was like, it's really hard to bend the wire to make it look, it's just a U, and make that look like legs. Again, welded them all together, put them back in the forge, and then I can tweak and whatever.
And, yeah. Get a pair of scrolling pliers, and they're actually fairly easy to move around.
Yeah. So,
you are so smart.
The things came together. So I made, I don't know, I made like 14 of these. So I have a couple of like the reject ones kicking around, which if I happen to lose, which I probably won't because I love mine, these will end up on the try again trophy maybe.
There we go.
But yeah, I really like the way it turned out, and it's pretty cool.
Nice. And yours is destined for apparently table artwork. You're not going to be able to put anything else on the table with that one big line.
Yeah. I think, well, you know how, okay, so when we set up a craft fair, there's like the front table, and then there's always like a back table. This I see as back table art.
Okay.
I don't know.
Fair enough.
Maybe. I
Yeah,
also just like it. It's one of those like the message, the thing, again, it's
it's
like,
great. If it lives in your house, it would just take up so much real estate, though.
that is why it's going to markets.
No, no, I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
No, it's a really nice piece. I think I would probably vote for yours. Like I know I always vote for yours just because that's what we do. You for mine, I vote for yours. Um, I love mine. I think it's great, but I think you have done a really nice creative piece. Mine is very much look, it's a pride flag.
I like yours for like on case this is if we worked in offices, neither of us have ever worked in an office, but yours is like your personal desk display piece. Mine is you walk into the reception and it's on
And
the
it's up on
reception
the
desk.
wall.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. I would agree with that assessment. So, well, it was fun. So we are going to post this on the 25th, on Thursday, June 25th. And it will be on, we'd love you to go to Brothers and Smithing on Instagram and vote for your favorite out of the two. But it will also be on Brothers and Smithing TikTok, as well as, sorry, Andrew's got a mini rubber thumbs up on his pointer finger. Yeah, go figure. I know. He's got mutant fingers, little thumb sticking off the side of his finger. But yes, it is going to be on Deer Run Forge's Instagram as well as Tapley Tinsmith's Instagram. Do swing by, comment, vote, all that jazz. Yeah, happy Talk Month.
We do these challenges obviously every month and everything, and this one I was scared of this one because pride is something that it hits a little closer to home for both of us, and it's one of those things that I wanted to do it right. I wanted to do.
You want to do it well.
That
being
do it well.
said, pride by definition is very open and accepting of whatever you put out there, which is nice.
100%. And again, it's showing support and
Yeah.
solidarity with everybody and everything. And anyway,
Yeah, so I wasn't worried. I wanted to do well because it's a good one, and I did. This isn't the original weaving pattern that I was thinking about. Like there's a almost like a knitting looping weave that I was going to try to do, and I started doing that. It was not going to work. But I always had this weaving idea, so I didn't have to struggle coming up with a concept. It was just what the image was going to be to weave.
I want to see you knit your aluminum wire. Stab it. What is it? Stab it. Strangle it. Throw it off a cliff. Or pull out its guts. Throw it off a cliff. You ever knit? Did you knit? Have you knit?
I have. I won't say that I'm good at it, but I have knitted washcloth or two, and I've knitted a scarf.
Yeah. So that's how I remember it. Is you stab it. You strangle it. No, you strangle it. No, stab it, strangle it, pull out its guts, throw it off a cliff.
Yeah, okay, I can see where you're going there with that. Makes knitting seem a lot more violent than.
I'm a lot more calm afterwards. Yeah. too much baseball and too many like bad umpire calls, and I'll just start knitting, and it's really tight, and then I'll stab it straight on, and then you're like, okay, now I can couple really tight rows, and then it loosens
And
up.
then a couple loose rows, and
Yeah,
yeah, you can tell how well the baseball game. It's like the rings of a tree, except for it's your baseball
this is
scarf.
the baseball season. Yeah, yeah. So
Well, it's
far,
like your
just
wife is doing. She's got her colors of books.
yeah,
She's whatever the book color makes her feel like she's adding that to the blanket. So it's her year in reading. Is that
yep, yep.
the year project? Yeah. So
Mine will be a year in
good thing.
baseball. Yeah. So far,
Uh,
my rows are very tight and not so loose.
Need to relax.
Need to relax. Two more tournaments left, so
Oh, there we
we'll
go.
see if we can get there.
Well, good luck with them.
Yep, yep. So this was this month, this June. Last month, I was able to. It was actually really. I thought it was
It was fairly
a
close.
close one. It was a close one. It was a good one.
It was fairly close. It definitely wasn't a landslide. We were doing soap dishes, and your cutesy sardine soap dish won out. And definitely deserved. It was really cute. It was a fun little soap dish.
Functionally though, yours is a better. I really like your duality in the like nightlight and a soap dish, and I don't know why no designer has come up with that, because you need a nightlight in your bathroom
And
and
so
you need a soap dish. Why would you not combine the two?
I don't. I haven't Googled. There might be a nightlight soap dish, but
Well, there is now. It's in your bathroom.
I don't know. Well, I know, but according to the results, people don't want that. They want stinky sardine fish.
They want to buy it to gift it to somebody else, because there's one person in their life that ate sardines once, and then it's a big long story. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, the sardines is a strong enough smell to cover up any other smell from the bathroom.
although your idea of making kippers, I thought was I may have to revisit that and make you some kippers
There you
just to
go.
put on the table as like oh, a little sticker. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get one of my graphic people to make you a little thing that says kippers, and just like hi, my name is, and then a picture of like kippers in a can.
Excellent. Yeah. Chances of me wearing that are pretty low. Not gonna lie.
Oh, I'm gonna stick it to your back. I'm gonna stick it to everything. You're gonna. It'll be on your forehead. You won't know it. It'll just be on your hat. I'll be like, "Hey, do you want a new deer run hat?" And you'll be like, "Yeah, sure. That's nice hat." I'll
That's
stick
okay.
it on you.
That's not the first piece of wearables that you have created for me that has an unfortunate nickname.
Yes.
I have a sweater that says "Kipple the nipple" on one arm. Thank you. This is what happens when you are allowed the other person to write whatever they want on the sleeve of your sweater.
We bet if we allowed each other to embroider whatever we wanted on the other person's name or on the other person's sleeve. And I was like, as long as it doesn't say,
As long as it's not offensive.
as long as it's not offensive, and as long as it's not like yeah. So you wrote "Yarmy name not Kip" on
Yeah.
on mine, right? Which inevitably, when you're wearing it, everybody goes, "What? Your name's not Kip?" Like you're like, oh, now there's a whole story, and I have to explain this.
Which was the point. Yep.
Yeah, yeah. So it totally works that way, but then it's everybody looks at yours and kind of goes,
Yeah.
so,
That is true. That's what I get for that. That actually came from one of the other people that we worked with. I had not challenged, but everybody comes up with rhymes with my name. My name rhymes with lots of great things. And I've heard most of them. And I had apparently idiotically said, you probably can't come up with a version that I haven't heard yet. And she came up with Kipple the Nipple, which, kudos to her, that was new.
yeah, really funny.
So,
When I first met Kipling, he very clearly, in a very deep gothic voice, said, "Don't ever call me Skip."
yeah.
So I
Not
once
one of
found
my favorites, yes.
And then I once found a jar. I gifted you a few jars of Skippy peanut butter by now, even though you're allergic to peanut butter. And I have taken the label off of said jars and put them on your stuff throughout the years and
Yes,
stuff too. But
absolutely. Yeah, it is the curse of the rare odd name, which as a child was terrible, but as an adult, actually I am very very happy with my name. And now, like everybody
wait,
on
you're
the
an
site has
adult?
an. Well, I'm old. Hey,
Sorry.
do you have a libation tonight?
I do. I have a little bit of Dylan's blackberry lemon gin cocktail.
Ooh,
It's
very nice.
delicious.
Well, I don't know if you've seen mine yet. So it has a it's red Canadian ale,
Okay.
and it has a bag of milk on the front in a red toque that says "Make milk bags great again."
That's amazing.
And then, oh, it even gets better. So I love this. I just couldn't leave this one in the store. So here's the back for you. Um, there is no milk in this beer, period.
Good.
But if you understand the satisfaction of perfectly snipping the top corner of a bag of milk, you are Canadian to the core. Where did that little plastic piece go? The one you just chopped clean off? If you did it correctly, it's somewhere in the drawer with the scissors. This is our identity. And then that's why this Canadian red ale was brewed for you. Smooth, crisp, and slightly malty with just the right amount of bitterness. It pours deep red, much like the color of an aggressively tossed elbow. And then at the bottom it says, "Save your stories. It's time to make milk bags great again."
Does it taste? Is it an okay beer?
It's not bad. I won't say it's like my favorite beer ever, but it is. So it's the Refined Fool Brewing Company.
Oh,
Foolishly
I know
good
them.
beer from Sarnia.
Sarnia. Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice. I've actually been to their
but
brewery.
it is. It is quite. Although I think the back on this one is different from the other one. There was a thing about apostrophes on the other one that isn't on this one. I don't know. Oh well,
Well, there you go. Fun new fact on every one.
quite possibly, quite possibly. But yes, so I'm enjoying it.
Nice.
All right, your eggel. Apparently, we were talking about what is my esoteric eggel, and you said you had a pride story. So, what is your pride story?
My pride story goes a, back long and ever ago in the year of the 90s. When I started in parks, they put out a thing in parks to have for staff to have pride in their park, and what they meant was to like pick up garbage and to like go the extra mile and take pride in what we do as park rangers and everything. When they printed the pins and printed the stickers, they tried to match the colors of the blue and green. They missed the blue on the purplish hue. So now we have purple and green and more flamboyant green and purple stickers and buttons that say pride in our park. Okay? This is
Fantastic.
this is 98.99, and the best story of the whole thing is we're wearing these buttons on our uniform, and they were on our cars, and they were everywhere. And a couple colleagues had to go to the ROM downtown Toronto to pick up old display cases, as we used to do back in the day, and they found themselves in Toronto at about this time of year picking up these old ROM cases in the middle of a pride parade wearing buttons that said pride in our park, and actually like people were really really excited and really like, oh, the
Yeah.
government is like getting on this. And like, I mean, this is 20 years ago, people. This was not a thing. But it really looked like it was a thing, and it's actually I still actually have one of those buttons. I should have worn it this month. That would have been awesome. but yeah, Pride in Our Parks 20 years ago by accident. Not that either of those colleagues would have been against it. They are both wonderful people and would have actually had Pride in Our Park and stuff too, and
That's cool. I
still
didn't
do.
know that
So
because
yeah,
I was in parks at the time. I don't think
your
our
park didn't do that.
I don't remember doing that. So that's too
Yeah,
bad because that would have been cool.
I'll take a picture of the button and show it to you.
There we go. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, we could throw it up on the Insta.
Ooh, I could. Yes, that is actually a thing. Yeah.
There we go. Pride in Our Parks back 20 years ago.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Well, that's a good story. That is a good story. My story has more to do with drag than pride particularly. I think I've told you this one. I don't know. So many moons ago, um, I trying to think if this was before I met you or after I met you. I can't remember. I worked on a cruise ship.
Before.
Uh,
You haven't
that was
worked.
before.
Yeah, you haven't worked on a
Uh,
cruise ship since I've known you.
so yeah, it was only shortly before I knew you. And I was working on a cruise ship down one of the Royal Caribbean cruise ships, and I worked U staff, so I did programming for all sorts of different kids. But the staff puts on a talent show on this cruise ship once per run, and a couple of dancers convinced a couple of guys to put on a show. And it was they all these dancers, they were part of the Pride community, and they were really excited. And they wanted to put on a drag show using the song Lady Marmalade
Yeah.
from Moulin
Yeah.
Rouge. And one of the dancers, well, sorry, one of the people in the show was my roommate, and they were missing somebody. So he asked me if I would join them, and I said sure. And so I got to dress up as it was pink. Uh, First in not wasn't wasn't the first time I've worn heels. It was the first time I tried to do stairs in heels. Um, First time I've worn lingerie. It was I was an ugly person in drag. Um, yeah, uh,
Uh,
I did not have the skill set, but it was hilarious. It was a great time. And the guy who did Little Kim was just amazing. Just great performer. So yeah.
Noise. We've actually thought about trying to get, because we have a Victorian farmhouse and where I am at now, and we've thought about doing Victorian and like tying it back to that time and stuff, because there was actually a lot of drag back then too, both in performing arts and personal expression and stuff like that. And we thought about trying to tie that in and bring in drag performances at this time of year. And I said, if you guys bring them in and they have the stuff, I'll do it. I'll you know. And they were, so that's trying to poke my staff to do it. Sort of thing.
Try to
It hasn't
inspire them, give them something to work towards.
it hasn't happened yet, but
Oh, all
you
right.
never know. You never know. And then if I do, I'll wear my button.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it would be very apropos at that point. Well,
Yeah.
you have a button maker, right? You can make some real pride.
I could actually, yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Those would be cool buttons to have. So
We
do
could
you
make
have
the-
an? Oh, sorry.
I was going to say we could make them for our craft booths and stuff too. Pride in our
Yes.
art. You
Well, that's
you
what I've
started
been
using.
calling this one. For
I know
all
that's
of
what I love it. I love it. You were started calling this one. And I was like, yes, I love it. And like that could be a thing. We could make buttons. We could make I'll make stickers. I don't care.
Yeah, you love making stickers. Any excuse to make a sticker.
Any excuse to make a good sticker. A good rainbow sticker. Everybody needs 3 more.
So, do you have a Andrew Asks or a workshop woes and wonders?
I don't have any woes and wonders at this point, other than hopes and dreams and stuff like that. Where do I want to go? Okay, if you had a shop, this is all fictitious. Okay, we both have
That's very sad when
we both have our dream shop. Okay.
Yep.
And it's all set up. and in the corner of the shop there's a fridge for things.
With
Uh,
my make milk bags great again beer.
well, that's my question. If you, I've never had a shop fridge. Okay, I've been in people's garages who have shop fridges, and some of them are just full of beer. Some of them have Gatorade and beer. Some of them have snackies and whatever. And so my question is, money's not an issue. Clearly we have our own shops. We're doing well. The way you see your shop functioning and stuff, what is in your shop fridge? What's your drink snack thing that's in your shop fridge?
Yogurt.
Yogurt.
Yogurt would definitely be in there. Um, like yeah, again, money's no. Yeah, having
Yeah.
a little you know smoothies or because it's a shop, it's a workshop. There
Yeah.
are things in there I don't want to mess with alcohol, so
Yeah.
I can't say as that's where I would keep a lot of alcohol
That's
particularly. Now, that
100%.
being
Yeah.
said, if it's just, if the shop is detached and we're outside chatting, having some, something in there that we can socialize outside or just showing things off in the shop, that's fine. But yeah, no, for working, it would be like water, you know, non-alcoholic things.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yogurt, I like to snack on yogurt.
Really.
Yeah, I do. I didn't as a kid. I hated anything like creamy like that, and I still don't like a lot of like puddings or like trifle, not truffle.
Trifle. Yeah.
Truffle is a mushroom. Trifle, any custardy like thing. Yeah, no,
Hmm.
the texture doesn't do it for me. And it used to be including yogurt, but no, I've gotten over the yogurt hump. You know,
Hmm.
I am a yogurt aficionado now.
Nice. What's
So
your favorite yogurt? Do you go fruit? Do you go Greek? Do you go in the middle?
uh, I generally go a vanilla.
Okay.
Um, that being said, my wife has we call it crack yogurt. It's I know it's like 9%. It's like so rich.
Oh. Ooh.
Oh yeah, she loves it. Like it's and they're fruit based. They have all sorts of really fancy flavors. Like we tend to go for the more basic ones like mango and cherry and strawberry, but they have key lime pie and raspberry cheesecake flavor. I'm like, no, but she really likes that, so I don't get to eat that. That's her crack yogurt.
Yeah.
So I get generally vanilla yogurt, and I frequently have some frozen fruit that I thaw it a little bit and make smoothies and stuff like that,
Cool.
or
Yeah.
just some yogurt on some berries. Yeah, very
I was
nice.
I was thinking for the hot days, I'd have frozen blueberries because I love just eating frozen blueberries. Just like
Just
cool down
crunching
some
them,
frozen.
eh?
Yeah.
I've never.
Definitely,
I'll have to try that.
definitely, definitely some freezies. I would probably like
Yes.
pound a bunch of freezies.
Yes, during the warm months. Yep.
Yeah. Definitely some Gatorade or some sports drink like that type of thing.
Well, then
Um,
if we're going all out, have a little hot chocolate maker at the side for the winter.
oh, 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 whoa, we haven't got there.
Oh,
That 100%. There's a coffee maker and tea maker like on tap. Let's
yeah, but
go.
hot chocolate. Oh, nice
Yeah,
hot
can you imagine? Like you go to the shop, right, and you just push the button for hot
chocolate.
chocolate. Yeah, that for sure. If money's not an issue, why not?
If money's not an issue, yeah. You took a left turn on that I wasn't expecting. The whole fridge thing. I was expecting what is the tool in the corner that you can build a shop around a tool, and no,
No,
I
no, 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 no.
appreciate the
Fridge in the corner, and I would have a couple beer and a couple gin drinks and stuff out there. But again, that wouldn't be. I've been out to workshops where like literally it's just like the fridge is designed to hold like 3 2 4s, and that's
yeah.
it. And I'm like, no, I don't want to do that, because it's about drinking in the garage, and that's neither here nor there. But yeah, no, drinking
Oh,
has
because
a time and
again,
a
that
place,
to me
and
that's not conducive to working, to
no,
actually getting quality
no,
stuff done, and it's
yeah,
also conducive to losing a finger.
Yes. Yeah. Or not quality work, really. Like
Not quality work.
that's the
Absolutely.
other part of it is that. But yeah, so having some of those but I would probably also have um I
I
don't
know
know.
what you
I'm a
would have.
I was
A
going to say I'm
little
a sugar.
DVD player in the back that has the Sound of Music on repeat, on loop.
I would definitely have a sound system in a garage, but I'm a sugar fiend, so I'd probably have some like root beer or Pepsi Coke,
Skittle
something like
dispenser.
that. The Skittle dispenser would
The
be
old school,
on tap. Yeah.
this is dating ourselves, but like the gumball machine that you put your nickel in and turn it, filled with Skittles.
Yep. Yep. The different flavors, like
Yeah.
three different dials. There's the tropical, which is by far the best. Wildberry, which is never going to get empty because who likes wildberry? And then
Well,
the
why
tip
would you put wildberry in there?
because you got to have some variety in life, Kip.
That's where you put. Well, yeah, you have the normal. Yeah, you have your tropical. I don't mind the wildberry, but throw the sour Skittles in there,
Ooh, okay, yeah, yeah. Actually, okay,
or go
right.
like modern fancy and have one that's freeze dried Skittles.
They're too expensive. They're too
Money
expensive
is
and
not
not
an option.
true. True. Never mind. Okay, money not an option. Best Skittle, best
Oh,
pack of Skittles, in your
best
opinion.
pack.
Yeah, like what's the like? There's sour Skittles, there's tropical, there's wildberry. They've come up with other
Oh,
ones.
straight up regular red bag.
Have Have you ever tried the dark green bag of Orchard Skittles?
I don't think I have.
If you ever see them, buy more than one bag. They are 10 out of 10 delectable from a Skittle aficionado.
Turn it
Orchard
up to
Skittles.
11 sort of thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. They were out a couple years ago. I don't think they're out anymore. Best Skittle.
Orchard Skittles.
Orchard.
What are the flavors? Like
Uh
apple, pear, plum, peach.
yeah, yeah, cherry was in there cuz they're, on trees and like
They're
tangerine
on
instead of
tree.
orange. Tangerine instead of orange. Um peach was definitely in there. So it was like cherry,
Persimmon.
tangerine. What's that?
A persimmon.
I don't know, but it wasn't like lemon lime orange
Ah,
cherry. It was definitely like it was like all of those but like refined flavors. Yeah. It
well,
was
there you
good.
go.
It
All
was
right.
good.
I will have keep an eye out. Like every now and again, you find like the fancy candy stores that have like some of these rare ones that were
Yeah.
limited runs. No,
Dark green orchards.
I still like the standard red bag.
Oh, you can't go wrong with the standard red bag. That's gold. That's gold, man. For a time, me and Kipling did music shows in parks. You've probably heard if you've listened
A
to more
number
than
of
one
times we
podcast.
mentioned it.
But we would commonly buy one of the family bags of Skittles, and like basically the program was run or the music was run off of Skittles. Like
Oh
it
yeah.
was.
Although I was as you know, I work as a supply teacher right now, and I was covering a cooking class, like a kitchen class, at one of the schools, and they had a freeze dryer there, so the
Ooh,
students could bring in their own Skittles and freeze dry them, and then that cuts down on the cost.
yeah, 100%.
There you
Imagine freeze dried orchard Skittles.
go. Very fancy.
um, so near and dear to our heart, Skittles, but also next month's challenge kind of goes back to our roots. Um, we're gonna do our next. I was actually gonna say, I was gonna put this out there that like, I love these challenges, but the next like I can see a storm coming in the next couple months, and I'm like, man, I'm gonna need a break. But then I remembered that we combined July and August because our kids are home and neither of us have any time.
Summer's rough, and yeah, so
Yeah,
we only went over the summer.
one over the summer, and it's going to be a fun one. Well, hopefully a fun one. I see some math in my future, but I don't like it. Um, so we're going to go back to our roots. The origin stories, we'll tell the story in the next podcast, but boat races near and dear to me and Kipling's heart. And our job is going to be to make from our materials a boat. I'm just clarifying
That
this with you.
floats.
Yeah, that
Yep, yep.
floats and we will race it.
down a small river stream. So size can't be that big,
Yeah.
right? Like I think we do probably should put a maximum size on it so that
I think we need a minimum maximum size on it for sure. Yeah.
and it has to float, which
Yep.
is here's a question: are
Mm-hmm.
we allowed to put flotation stuff inside a boat, or does it have to just be built to float? So can you pack it with styrofoam?
Okay. I think no, because then I'm
Okay.
just going to pack styrofoam in a metal tube and float it down a creek. I think it has to be. It has to resemble a boat. It has
Yep.
to be boat-ish,
Yep.
adjacent. Um, and I think that if it has any flotation to it, that it has to be part of said boat. So, like, I can't just make a steel hull and fill it with insulating foam and float it down the creek.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, if I was to make what are those ones from the boats from Moana?
A catamaran.
Yes, and the the tubes were full of flotation, but the tubes themselves were steel and welded together and stuff like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Does that make sense to you?
Yeah. Yeah. So you could do like fully sealed pontoons
Yes.
if you wanted that would
Yes.
hold air or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
could
Okay.
seal pontoons or that type of thing, but that's part of your design and part of your boat.
Yeah. Yeah. You're not just making a boat and then shoving all sorts of stuff in it. Yep.
That's what
I
I
think
mean.
the biggest thing is for me is going to be getting a ballast. I think because you do need some ballast in there to make sure the right part so it stays upright.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
So minimum maximum sizes. What are you thinking? I'm making an
You're,
accordion.
you're doing these big wavy hands. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't think like traditionally our boats were never more than 3-4 inches max, like long. Even that would be big,
I
right?
think it's got to like fit in your hand type of thing.
Okay, I like that
See?
as a basic. Like you can put it in your hand. Again, I wasn't going to be. I don't think I was going to be making it too big. Um,
And I think it has to be over an inch. Like it definitely has to be over an
yes,
inch.
yeah, I'm good with that.
Do we
And it
make it?
has to look like a boat. It can't just be like a welded square box.
Yeah, it could be a catamaran. It could be a whatever. But like
It could be a
some type of
Viking
sailing, some
vessel.
type of vessel, some type of
I
yeah.
wouldn't recommend a submarine, but if you want to, if you can master the buoyancy so it hangs out like in mid current,
Ooh, that would be amazing.
it would be very cool.
Ooh. Hmm. See, this is where math comes in because I'm like, again, you say ballast, and I'm like, yeah, it's got to have some ballast to keep it upright. But then I'm also adding massive ballast. Mine is basically
Yeah,
ballast.
yeah. And so,
So,
and again, the ballast doesn't have to be added to it. It's just like I need to create, the keel line has to be thicker
yep.
so that acts as the ballast in the middle, opposed to so it won't tip over and whatnot.
Does it have to be able to hold anything like randomly?
No, I don't think so. Because our boat races have never involved shipping
Okay.
something. Although that would be an interesting set of boat races
I
to
was gonna say
come up with.
next metal adjacent challenge has to float a Lego person down the.
There you go. Or who can create a 6-inch boat that will hold the most.
Yes. Ooh, that would be a good one. Ooh.
Yeah, without capsizing.
Next time we're
Um,
sitting at someone's cottage with nothing to do. Anyway, yeah. Do I have to use steel? Could I use
no,
aluminiums
you've
or?
never had to use steel.
Okay.
You have
Okay.
to use metal,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
I think that's yeah, like the majority has to be metal. It can't be anything else.
And something you
If you
made.
want
You
to put a
can't just take a.
sail on it out of paper, you can do that.
Yeah. Yeah. But you can't just take a pop can, cut it in half, and call it a boat.
No, it has. I think. as it has to actually look like a boat, like
Yeah.
a boat from modern day or history.
Okay.
It can anything from a dugout canoe to, hey, if you want to do a barge, that would be okay, but it has to have like boat-like qualities to it.
Okay. Thomas
Yeah,
the tugboat, here I come. Doot doot.
yeah. Yes, I love doing it. Like the idea of like a cool like prow in that, but I'm like that's just gonna add weight in a weird spot. It's
Uh,
gonna sink on me.
I was gonna say, is it bad that I'm like, okay, I'm gonna make the Edmund Fitzgerald. It's just gonna sink.
Mm. Yeah, that was destined not to do well.
uh,
It's like making the Titanic, right?
yep, exactly. I'm gonna make the Titanic. It's gonna be in two pieces on the bottom for the win.
And there is going to be a race involved with these boats.
If we can both get a boat to float.
Wow. Then what'll see, the video will show one boat sinking right
Yeah, okay, so here's actually my honest concern with this, okay? Picture this. We find the creek, okay? We both agree upon this is the creek. You're up at the start. You're going to drop the things in the bot. I'm at the end. I have the camera. You have the camera. We're both going filming on Brothers in Smithing. Okay, ready? Yeah? You picturing this? There's some obstacles in the way. You drop the boats. We're both, ooh, yay. The boats, we go a little, they go beyond my reach. And they just keep going down the stream.
sail off into the
and just sail off into the sunset of down whatever creek we're going.
Are we thinking Brawny Creek?
No, I think, I mean,
Brawny Creek at the spring runoff.
no. I was thinking Brawny Creek at the carpool lot where our
Yeah. Well, Brawny Creek could be a good one. Now that gives you a bit of advantage of knowing the creek, but
well, know the size of the creek, so
yeah. And again, like the boat's going to be of the size that's not a problem. But yeah, no,
alternatively, if you're here, we could go to the quintessential creek of Shell Park, where I got married, and float down there.
Oh, I remember that place. Yeah.
Yeah.
We did a boat race down there.
We did.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, I'm looking forward. Like I said, I'm looking forward to this because of the nostalgia of it and the history between the two of us. At the same time, I'm like, I gotta make a boat that floats.
Yep.
It's definitely like I'm thinking rowboat is probably going to be the easiest kind of style of boat to make.
Yeah,
and I'd love to put a mast on it, but I'm thinking it would become too top heavy. And
yeah, the like an East Coast skiff that has like it's pointed on both ends.
Yeah,
basically a pointer boat or whatever, something like that is kind of what I'm thinking.
Yeah, no, it's. But then the other thing, like if you do try to do a sort of a sailboat style, then you could put the drop down lower weight underneath to keep it upright. But I don't. But then it comes down like how deep's the creek that we're going down.
That's where we're at. Yeah.
But it keeps it upright more, right?
Yep.
How much soldering am I gonna have to do?
So that's what's upcoming. I'm glad we have a couple months to do it because I see a couple failed boats in our future.
Yeah.
Or so, at least some testing. I'm gonna see. I actually have a tub beside me here that I'm or not a tub, like a tote that I'm like that's gonna become the water testing tote.
And then, just to put the cherry on top, people vote by what it looks like.
I know that's
right. Like it's not. We're not just doing a functional boat.
Yep.
It's got to kind of look cool.
Yep. So, and I guess we can discuss this later, but like, are we getting an extra point if we win the boat race, or?
If bragging rights, if nothing else.
Of course.
But that would come down to like if let's say you win the vote, I won the race. Then
it's a tie.
Mean?
We've tied before. We can tie.
We have. So
it would be good to have a tiebreaker. How many marbles
we can bring
it can
to market? I guess I don't know.
Yeah. Who's whose little dinky boat sells best?
Or that's when you do the who's can hold more weight.
Yeah, who's how many marbles can you hold?
Yeah. Yeah. So then you're like, catamaran is not such a good choice. And let's put netting between it.
Okay, let's not do that. But the boat race definitely is going to happen. So, posting our Pride in Our Art stuff on Thursday, the 25th of June,
Yes.
on all of our channels, Brothers in Smithing, specifically on Instagram and TikTok. And then, yeah, we'll post those results and stuff. If you want to follow along in our shenanigans and boat races, you can follow either Tapley Tinsmith or Brothers in Smithing or Deer Run Forge, or all of them, and see actually some of this progress. Kipling's going to try to show more of his fails because there's lots of them. Eh, I already show all of my failures because that's yeah. But no, that's what we're about. Is we're about getting better and learning through all this and everything like that. So follow us, share what you think, ideas and votes and stuff. Help keep us doing this because we've been doing it for now 4 years, 5.
Oh,
I don't
this.
know.
Yeah. Yeah. We're running up on 5, I think.
And currently, you said out of the 50 plus odd challenges, I have 28 wins.
You have 28 wins. I have 26 wins, and I believe there is 4 ties.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
yeah. So yeah, we have done 58 challenges.
Wow.
So that's nearly 5 years because we only do
Yeah.
one for the summer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy. So the
We're
boat
old.
will be 60 because this is 59. Pride in Our Art's 59. Boat will be 60. That we timed that well. Congratulations, us.
Oh,
Good job.
yeah.
Good job. Good job, us. Good job, us. Awesome.
All right. You have a good night, sir.
You too. Good luck.
And good luck.
Because you're going to need it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I like yours for this one. I will admit. You know, I'm happy with mine, but I think yours. I think you have edged me out on this one.
Yours is pretty. Yours has more color. We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see how it goes.
Good luck on Thursday.
You too.
Cheers.
Laters.